Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Chase surprises Brooke Lynn on Valentine's Day, and Elizabeth receives an unexpected visitor. Today on General Hospital, Lucas' date is a disaster, Jack surprises Carly, and Trina confesses to Kai. Chase is in the shower when Brooke Lynn knocks on the door, telling him she does not want to be late. He attempts to persuade her to join him, joking that they could be a bit late. Lulu questions Dante in the Quartermaine kitchen as she drops off a box of Eckert's Valentine's cupcakes for Rocco. Dante says he should be available for those in the morning. Lulu asks where he is. Dante explains that he is attending a school Valentine's Day skate event and will be staying with a friend tonight. Lulu thinks her notion was stupid, and he was a child when he adored these cupcakes. Dante claims he still does, but to be honest, he bought him the identical cupcakes a few years ago and he barely touched them. However, it was because they made him think of her. Lulu learns she no longer knows her own son. He's so mature, and all she has are questions. Dante urges her to fire away, so she asks a lot of things, like who his first crush was and how he's doing in school. Dante responds and tells her that she will catch up on getting to know their son. Lulu realizes Dante was correct, and she's been so concerned on Charlotte that she's ignored Rocco. She believes she is failing as a mother, but Dante claims this is not true. He apologizes for making her feel like she had to choose between Charlotte and Rocco. She apologizes for being stubborn and not providing Rocco with what he requires. Dante claims all he needs is his mother. Lulu believes he needs a better one. Dante claims she is all Rocco requires, and she only needs to be here and love him. He said Rocco has a light in his eye that he hasn't seen since he was a child, and it's due of her. She thanks him for the motivational talk and asks him to make sure Rocco gets the cupcakes. Dante agrees and claims he'll love them. Dante opens the box and believes one of the contents has his name. She responds, "Don't you dare," and rushes him. Portia asks Curtis if his wife has received any hints about tonight's surprise artist, but he replies she will have to wait and see. Trina enters with Kai and grins at her parents. Portia wants to say hi, but Curtis stops her because she's clearly on a date. Portia is overjoyed for her, as this is a significant event. This is the first time she has seen someone since Spencer. Kai and Trina get a table, and Kai claims that his teammates think this is the best club in town, and he had to pull some ties to get them in. Trina lets him gloat briefly before stating she has a confession to make. She reveals that she has been here previously, and that her father is the owner. She waved to her parents, who were watching them from the bar. Kai and Trina speak with her parents, and Curtis informs them that there will be a surprise musical guest tonight. Spinelli is alone and on the phone with Maxie, who is not feeling well. He offers to play Cupid for Lucas. When Lucas arrives, Spinelli tells him Maxie has found him the perfect guy. Brad enters, and Lucas hopes he isn't his date. Spinelli tells him it isn't Brad and introduces him to the model, Gunther Eriksson. Lucas is tongue-tied by his appearance, so Spinelli recommends they find a table and he'll get them some drinks. Brad sighs from across the bar as he notices Lucas out on a date. Brad drinks in the bar, and Portia warns him not to overdo it because nobody likes a sloppy drunk. Meanwhile, Lucas informs Gunther that he hasn't been on a date in a long time, and the only reason he is because of Maxie. Gunther understands he isn't ready yet, so grab his number from Maxie and call him when he is. Gunther departs, and Spinelli wonders what is up with Lucas. Brooke Lynn and Chase arrive and ask Spinelli where Maxie is. He reveals that she is sick and that he was unable to pair Lucas with Gunther. Meanwhile, as Brad prepares to go, Lucas stops him and asks if he wants some company. They grab a table, and Spinelli notices them and can't believe it's happening. He's had enough of this holiday and wants to depart. Brooke Lynn announces that they have just arrived and inquires as to Chase's astonishment. Chase reminds her to be patient. He then leaves to check on her surprise. Portia compliments Curtis on the excellent turnout this evening and wonders if he has ever considered leaving Aurora and returning here. Curtis claims to enjoy the Savoy, but Aurora provides the necessary challenge. Nneka interrupts and tells Curtis that she thinks it's time for their performer. Chase puts on a show. Curtis enters the stage to announce their special visitor, the one and only Chase. Chase informs the crowd that he had a brief singing career but met his wife while doing it. He sings a song that Brooke Lynn created, which moves her. Carly yells at the girls to help her clean up the mess from cooking cookies, but they do not reply. Jack enters carrying flowers and wine for Carly. She tells him the flowers are lovely and goes to put them in water. When she turns on the faucet, it breaks and sprays water everywhere. Jack tries to halt the leak and gets soaked. She claims she is deeply sorry. Her kitchen is now completely disorganized. Carly believes she would never find a plumber at this hour, and he agrees, but offers that if he can defuse a bomb, he can fix her plumbing. Jack fixes the sink and reveals his father was a plumber who taught him several tricks over the years. She enjoys getting to know the side of him that no one else knows. They eventually get out the wine and have a sip. Lucky meets Liz outside her residence. As they enter, he inquires about Anna's experience. Liz says she's going to run with the evidence and arrest Cyrus. They find a Valentine's Day cake on the table, and Aiden enters beside Tobias to wish them a happy Valentine's Day. He baked a cake for his mother as usual, but he wasn't expecting to see his father, so he introduced him to Tobias. Liz informs him that this case looks fantastic and asks if he'll be bringing any with them. Aiden claims he and Tobias were truly going to the Valentine's Day skate. Aiden pulls his mother aside and tells her that they don't have to go to the skating party if she wants him to stay to make her feel better. Liz reassures him that she will be fine and that he should go have fun. Liz and Lucky kiss Tobias and Aiden goodbye before Liz informs Lucky that their son has offered to stay at home and chaperone them. Lucas wonders if Aiden is concerned that they are getting too close, or if he is questioning his motives. Liz claims he is simply being protective, and he is the only one of her boys who still lives here. Lucky gets it, he hasn't been around, and his son is concerned she will be hurt on his watch. Liz promises him that she will make it known that she does not require protection from him. Later, Liz wraps up the cake remains, and Lucky tells her she is still as beautiful as the day they met. He pulls her into a kiss. She later sees Lucky go, but suddenly there's a knock on the door. She assumes it's Lucky's leftover cake, opens it, and discovers Cyrus. Felicia tends to Mac at his office, who has a migraine from witnessing Sasha and Jason kiss. He believes Jason took advantage of Sasha's sadness over Cody by knocking her up. Felicia reminds them that they both understand that the heart wants what it wants, and Sasha's heart may want Jason. Mac cannot handle it. Felicia reassures Mac that Sasha will be fine, and they will make certain of it. Anna sets Jason free. Anna pays a visit to Jason in the PCPD interrogation room. She needs to release him because his 48 hours are over, but she first wants to persuade him not to kill Cyrus the moment he departs. She informs Jason that she is awaiting a warrant for Cyrus' arrest and hopes that the judge will sign it tonight. She has proof linking Cyrus to several deaths, and if he lets her do her job, they will be able to bring justice for Sam. She asks him not to kill Cyrus for her sake. Anna claims they've become friends, which is obvious to many. So, if Cyrus disappears, it will reinforce the idea that people are above the law because of their acquaintance or relationship with her. She cannot lose the faith of the public or her police. Jason understands, but that doesn't matter when they're talking about the man who murdered Sam. She understands, but she asks him to believe in her. Anna admits that she has compromised herself more than she expected at this stage in her life. He claims to have put his life in her hands, something he does not do with many others. Anna explains that's her point, everyone know they're friends, so if he kills Cyrus, they'll believe she assisted him or covered it up. Anna then receives a call, and the judge will not sign off until the morning. Jason assures Anna that whatever happens to Cyrus, her officers would still respect her. Anna understands why he wants to kill Cyrus, and Jason acknowledges that she does, and no one understands him like her. She suggests that he not tell Carly about that. She must let him leave, but she begs him as a friend not to harm Cyrus. He doesn't respond, merely saying she's a terrific friend and he appreciates her. Curtis tells Portia at the next General Hospital that he doesn't want to ruin their evening. Brad tells Lucas it's wrong on so many levels. Joss questions Emma about how what she said translates into her aiding Emma. Dante tells Chase, whatever it is, you can tell me. Lulu lashes out at Brooke Lynn, saying that if she doesn't get what she wants, it is her fault. Cyrus tells Liz, I'm afraid this can't wait. General Hospital spoilers for Wednesday, February 19th. Lucky saves Liz from Cyrus, Carly and Brennan are interrupted, and Drew causes drama. General Hospital spoilers for Wednesday, February 19th, state that Lucky Spencer will attempt to save Elizabeth Baldwin from Cyrus Renault, while Carly Spencer and Jack Brennan are interrupted. Drew Quartermain will also generate some drama. Here's what viewers may expect. Drew will have a furious dispute with Curtis Ashford at the Savoy, but he will eventually try to forget about it. Curtis will convince Portia Robinson that they do not want Drew ruining their evening. Willow Corinthos will be stunned in Wednesday's episode. Willow may be surprised by the intensity of Drew's fight with Curtis, given her front row seat. Next, Brad Cooper will resume his conversation with Lucas Jonas, implying that something is wrong on multiple levels. Lucas may admit to having dating problems and worrying that he is no longer suitable for a relationship. That might leave Brad scrambling to persuade Lucas that he still has it. Emma Drake will go to Bobby's for Jocelyn Jack's assistance with something, but she may have to wait. Jocelyn will covertly head to Cyrus' hideout once her shift is done, leaving Emma to bond with Giovanni Gio Palmieri. Dante Falconeri will detect Harrison Chase's yearning to express himself. Dante will reassure his buddy that Chase can tell him whatever it is. Chase will eventually confess something, and it appears that he will reveal that he is sterile. It will allow Chase to express how heartbroken he feels at not being able to give Brooke Lynn a child. Of course, Chase is unaware that Brooke Lynn became pregnant by Dante as a teenager and gave the baby up for adoption. Dante is unaware of this as well, so a big surprise awaits both of them. Lulu Spencer will lash out at Brooke Lynn Quartermain. If you don't get what you want, it's your fault. Lulu declares on Wednesday's GH episode. While Lulu and Brooke Lynn's working relationship takes another tense turn, Carly and Brennan's romantic evening comes to an abrupt halt. It's probable Brennan will receive a warning about Jocelyn going to Cyrus' hideout alone at night. It could make Brennan concerned, prompting him to chase after Jocelyn for her own safety. Regardless, Brennan may leave Carly in a hurry, leaving her wondering what's going on. Liz will want to get rid of Cyrus now that he has popped up on her doorstep. However, Cyrus will argue that this must wait and will most likely barge his way in. Lucky left behind a wrapped cake slice. Would he return for it only to discover Cyrus is targeting Elizabeth? That could lead to Lucky receiving the Digitalis injection intended for Liz once he takes action and is pricked during the battle. Our forecasts indicate that Lucky may face a medical crisis at GH shortly, so stay tuned for updates on the worrying news. General Hospital spoilers suggest that Lucky's heroic efforts are likely to put Cyrus off his game. Is General Hospital failing to take responsibility for Sonny's heart condition? Sonny's cardiac problem may be presented in a more beneficial manner. Sonny has spent weeks holding his heart on General Hospital. Is this delivering an incorrect message to viewers? Soapy Health. Many Port Charles inhabitants have suffered from health problems throughout the years. Some cases are absurd, such as odd diseases or miraculous recoveries. Others have been treated realistically, leaving an impression on spectators. Monica's struggle with breast cancer in 1994 provided the complete account of the disease, from mammography to remission, and it was some of Charleston's best work. GH also fearlessly depicted Stone's AIDS diagnosis and eventual death with honesty and sympathy. Sonny's heart problem does not appear to be in the same category. Missed opportunity. When Sonny first grasped his heart in December, it might have been a teaching opportunity for viewers. When this did not happen, he lost consciousness twice. Both incidents provided an opportunity for the mob boss to be admitted to GH and show viewers what may happen if you disregard the warning signals of a heart attack. The tale has become confusing. Sonny flew to Los Angeles to see a doctor. He first required a pacemaker but later no longer required one. He requires a procedure, and the physicians do not want him to wait, but 3 months is acceptable. Sonny is overly worried with seeming sick and weak and undervalues his own health. According to the American Heart Association's 2025 Heart Disease and Stroke Statistics Update, heart disease is still the leading cause of death in the United States. Cardiovascular disorders, such as heart disease and stroke, kill more people in the United States than all forms of cancer and accidental deaths combined, which are the second and third leading causes of death. Sonny is treating this like a typical cold. On the positive side, Carly may intervene and, knowing Carly, read him the riot act for what he is doing. Hopefully, this will set the tale in the proper path. Do you believe GH is missing a teachable moment? Please let us know in the comments. Steve Burton pays special tribute to General Hospital co-star Maurice Benard. This could be the greatest friendship of all time. Nearly a year after returning to General Hospital, Steve Burton used social media to pay respect to his former co-star Maurice Benard. Lean on Me. Burton uploaded a candid photo of himself and Benard speaking between scenes, with what appeared to be a screenplay in Benard's hand. Burton captioned the Instagram photo with the song Lean on Me by Bill Withers, "So grateful for it, Maurice Benard." He then wrote the goat emoji, referring to Benard as the GOAT. Burton and Benard have been buddies on and off screen for 3 decades and recalled how their friendship and mentorship began during Burton's appearance on Benard's podcast State of Mind last year. While Benard published the beautiful snapshot on his Instagram story and commented, "So grateful for Steve Burton," the post drew the attention of other co-stars and friends. Lydia Look simply wrote, "Love," along with 2 heart emoticons, while Burton's girlfriend Michelle Lundstrom responded, "The sweetest friendship," with a heart emoji and the imploring eyes emoji. The message was also liked by Burton's Old Days of Our Lives co-star Robert Scott Wilson. Greatest of all photographers. Benard responded to Burton's Instagram post with one of his own. Benard captioned an artistic photo of himself seated on a chair on the set of Valentine's house. "He is back, greatest photographer in the world. There's nothing at one Steve Burton can't accomplish." Stewart, who recently returned to GH, joked in the comments section, "That's my freaking house." To which Benard responded, "Not anymore," along with a laughing emoji. Cody Bell had spent his entire life moving from place to place, never truly settling down or finding the right fit. Port Charles was meant to be distinctive. It was meant to be his fresh start, his opportunity to carve out a future and possibly even create a true family. But somewhere along the way, everything had gotten off track. From the minute he crashed, literally, into town, parachuted into the Metro Court pool in a foolish, attention-grabbing spectacle, he appeared to be constantly seeking to justify his existence. He'd played the charming rogue, the smooth-talking grifter out for a quick buck. He had lied about his history, gambled with more than just money, and failed people when they needed him the most. He had initially set his sights on Britt Westbourne, but it had turned out to be another missed opportunity. He'd hinted to a dark, tangled history with his childhood friend, Dante Falconeri, but the thread had frayed before it could lead anywhere substantial. When he saved Sasha Gilmore's life, it appeared that he had finally discovered his purpose. That one act of heroism had transformed everything until the truth about his parentage made their love story difficult and unattainable. He was more than just another lost soul in Port Charles. He was a Scorpio by blood, the son Max Scorpio never realized he had. He deserved to be remembered as a member of one of the town's most respected families. Nonetheless, he remained on the outside, gazing in, unable to connect. His best friendship was with James West, a 7-year-old child, adorable, but not quite indicative of his success among Port Charles's adults. The General Hospital writers threw everything at the wall to see what would stick, but nothing did. And lately, things had gotten progressively worse. Cody had always been a man looking for something, acceptance, family, love, but recently, it seems like all he was doing was chasing ghosts. Sasha had been the only nice thing in his life. The only one who believed in him and saw the good in him when no one else did. Losing her had crushed him, but instead of dealing with it gracefully, he had devolved into a walking disaster. First, he chose a fight with Drew Kane. Not exactly a crime, half of the community had reason to be upset with Drew these days. But then he went for Damian Spinelli, a man who had never caused anyone harm in his life. Spinelli was the most popular person in Port Charles. As if he hadn't done enough damage, he began spreading rumors throughout town that Jason Morgan was the father of Sasha's kid. It wasn't just careless, it was cruel. Jason had only recently returned to town, and the last thing he needed was Cody putting his name in the middle of an issue that was not his. Most significantly, Sasha did not deserve this. She'd gone through hell, and Cody, the man who claimed to love her, was only making it worse. Perhaps that was the problem. Maybe Cody wasn't capable of putting others first, of standing still long enough to create something tangible. Cody had nowhere left to go, and it was difficult to see how he could ever redeem himself. He had been given numerous chances, yet he continued to self-destruct. Josh Kelly was a gifted actor, but even his finest performances couldn't redeem a character who just didn't fit. Cody had attempted to be the bad guy with a golden heart, the charming con man hoping for atonement, and the abandoned son looking for a home. However, none of it had landed. Now, he was simply there. Perhaps it was time for General Hospital to do what they had done with so many previous characters. Let him go. Maybe murder him off in a spectacular, memorable fashion. A self-sacrificing act that finally demonstrated he had some good in him, a blaze of glory that provided him with the legacy he had never been able to claim in life. If the program wasn't ready to let Josh Kelly go, perhaps they could do what had been done before, bring him back as someone else totally. Maybe Cody Bell wasn't meant to work, but that doesn't mean another character can't. After all, Austin Gatlin Holt hadn't worked either, but it was more about Franco Baldwin's long-term impact than anything. Cody did not have that difficulty. Whatever the case, one thing was certain, his time in Port Charles was running out. The question was, how would his story end? Jonathan Jackson is out, Guy Wilson is in. General Hospital makes a temporary Lucky switch. Lucky is getting a completely new look for a few days. Lucky Spencer is currently getting a temporary new look on General Hospital. Jonathan Jackson, a fan favorite, will be taking a break for a few episodes, allowing Days of Our Lives star Guy Wilson to take over. While temporary recastings can be upsetting for longtime fans, Jackson's departure will be brief. A temporary shakeup, don't worry, Jackson supporters. According to Soap Opera Digest, this switch-up will only last a few episodes, and Jackson will return to Port Charles before you know it. In reality, a program spokesperson verified that Jonathan is already back on site filming and will return later this month. Guy Wilson has joined General Hospital, which is great news for Days fans. Guy Wilson rose to prominence in his role as Will Horton, the son of Sammy Brady and Lucas Horton. He took over the position in 2014, and Will and Sonny Kyriakis became the first same-sex couple to marry on daytime television. However, Will's time in Salem was cut short when he was cruelly killed by the Necktie Killer in 2015, which infuriated fans. Fortunately, Days subsequently revived the character, albeit Wilson did not reprise the part. After leaving Days, Wilson joined the online serial Youthful Days, where he played Shane. He has also made guest appearances on popular shows such as NCIS, Los Angeles, SWAT, and Bosch Legacy. His versatility as an actor makes him an excellent candidate to temporarily fill Lucky's shoes. Jonathan Jackson's legacy as Lucky Spencer. Jonathan Jackson first played Lucky Spencer in 1993, when he was 11 years old. Lucky, the son of the legendary super couple Luke and Laura, soon gained popularity among fans. Jackson's depiction of the character garnered him 5 Daytime Emmy Awards, solidifying his place in GH history. He departed the soap in 1999 to explore other options, such as a music career with his band, A Nation. Lucky's part has been recast several times over the years, with Jacob Young and Greg Vaughn taking over until Jackson returned in 2009. He stayed until 2011, then briefly returned in 2015 before leaving again. Charlie Besso joins General Hospital as Tobias. According to General Hospital teasers, a new face will soon appear in Port Charles. That's because actor Charlie Besso, a newcomer to the serial, will join the cast on Tuesday, February 18th, as Tobias. Tobias' connection to Aiden Spencer. GH viewers may recall the name Tobias from an episode aired on December 20, 2023, in which Aiden Spencer first came out to his mother, Elizabeth Baldwin. The two were preparing a Christmas feast when the child revealed his crush, and Liz readily accepted what Aiden had to say. While Valentine's Day is no longer celebrated in the real world, the event will be celebrated on Tuesday's episode of General Hospital. Aiden will introduce Tobias to his parents, Elizabeth and Lucky Spencer. In addition, during the episode, A Days of Our Lives, Alan will temporarily take over as Lucky, who is regularly played by Jonathan Jackson. Fans should not be concerned, however, because Wilson's recasting will only last a few episodes. Jackson has already returned to filming and will be seen again at the end of February. The late Valentine's Day celebrations are owing to preemptions, specifically ABC's coverage of the late President Jimmy Carter's state burial on Tuesday, January 7th, this year. Charlie Besso's acting resume. While this GH stint is his first foray into daytime drama, Besso has previously worked on a number of acting ventures. He made his Peacock series debut in The Calling in 2022, playing Vincent Conti in the first 4 episodes. Furthermore, Besso recently appeared in the video game-based drama Fallout on Prime Video. He also just finished Season 2 of The Night Agent on Netflix. General Hospital spoilers. Wednesday, February 19th, Cyrus gets aggressive, BLQ guilt, Drew causing drama, Jocelyn suspicious about the next episode, Curtis plans derailed, Brad's emotional turmoil, Jocelyn's dilemma, Dante's comfort, Lulu's self-blame, Cyrus ultimatum. The General Hospital spoilers for Wednesday, February 19th, 2025 are here. Fans may look forward to Lulu Spencer becoming enlightened in tomorrow's episode. Brooke Lynn Quartermain's guilt increases. Harrison Chase makes a confession to Dante Falconeri. Emma Scorpio Drake asks Jocelyn Jacks for assistance. Lulu Spencer enlightened. In the next episode of the ABC soap opera, Lulu Spencer will gain enlightenment. This is from Dante. Lulu previously conceded to Dante that he was correct in quitting Rocco Falconeri to pursue Charlotte Cassadine. Lulu was also upset that she didn't recognize her own son anymore. Dante will give Lulu some insight. Brooke Lynn Quartermain's guilt. Speaking of Lulu, she has another moment with Brooke Lynn. In a preview clip, Lulu lashes out at BLQ. As Brooke Lynn looks startled, Lulu says that if it doesn't work, it's her fault. It's unclear what Lulu is referring to, but BLQ may continue to feel bad about Giovanni Gio Palmieri. Speaking about Brooke Lynn, Dante is likely to press Chase to spill. Despite his hesitation, Chase admits to Dante. General Hospital spoilers for Wednesday, February 19th show that Elizabeth Liz Baldwin opened the door to Cyrus Renault. In a preview clip for tomorrow's show, Cyrus expresses his concern that this cannot wait. So it sounds like Liz tries to close the door, but Cyrus stops her. Curtis Ashford's showdown at the Savoy. Curtis Ashford informs Portia Robinson that they do not want Drew Kane Quartermain upsetting their Valentine's Day. However, it is hinted that the animosity between Curtis and Drew will escalate. In addition, Willow Tate Corinthos gets caught off surprise. Carly Spencer and Jack Brennan are interrupted. Brad Cooper and Lucas Jones are reconnecting. While Lucas' blind date did not go as planned, it appears that these former flames are reconnecting. Is it feasible for Lucas and Brady to get a second chance? Jocelyn also questions Emma. When Emma asks Jocelyn for help, the pre-med major does not just say yes. Jocelyn questions a smiling Emma. Lucky and Liz kiss before Cyrus arrives on her doorstep, and Anna begs Jason to back down. Dante tells Lulu she is a good mother, Aiden offers to escort his parents, and Lucas goes on a date with Gunther. Chase is showering while BLQ tells him that they will be late. Portia joins Curtis at the Savoy, and he admires her appearance. Trina steps in with Kai. Curtis informs his wife that they must observe from a distance. Kai and Trina find a table, and he admits he had to pull some ties to get them in. She admits that she has been there before because she knows the owner. It's her father. Her parents come over to talk, and Kai tells Curtis how wonderful the club is. Spinelli sits at a table, talking on the phone with Maxie and vowing to be Lucas' best Cupid. When Lucas walks in, Spinelli says Maxie has found him the perfect guy. Brad walks in. Spinelli assures him it isn't Brad. When Gunther, the model, walks in, Lucas smiles. Spinelli introduces everyone and proposes they sit at a table. Brad watches and sighs as Spinelli phones Maxie to provide an update. Portia notices Brad drinking alone and reminds him that no one enjoys a sloppy drunk. Lucas informs Gunther that he hasn't gone on a date in a long time and isn't prepared. Gunther understands and departs. The doctor wonders what is wrong with him. Spinelli wonders what is wrong with him. BLQ and Chase come. He fills them in on Lucas and Gunther's arrest. Chase leaves to check on BLQ's surprise. As Brad walks toward the door, he runs into Lucas, who asks if he wants some company. In a corner, Portia asks Curtis whether he considers leaving Aurora and returning to the Savoy. He enjoys Aurora because he believes he is growing there. Curtis appears on stage to introduce the special guest performer. It's Chase. He tells everyone how nice it feels to be back on stage and dedicates his song to BLQ. Jack arrives in Carly's kitchen carrying flowers. When she goes to put them in water, the faucet starts spraying. He turns off the water and she wonders if they can enjoy an incident-free time. Jack informs her that her water has dried and offers to fix the pipes. She's shocked when he pulls it off. He explains that his father was a plumber. She enjoys knowing something about him that no one else does. They tidy up the kitchen, and she laughs. Dante is surprised to discover Lulu carrying cupcakes from the bakery for Rocco. He tells that their son is gone for the night and that they can have them in the morning. She offers, embarrassed, to take them and leave. He tells her not to, explaining that he bought the same type of cupcakes for their son a few years ago but refused to touch them since they reminded him of her. Lulu is unaware of the young man their son has matured into. Dante encourages her to ask inquiries and fills her in on information. He tells her that she will catch up with everything. She admits he was correct that she was ignoring her child. Lulu feels like a failure as a mother, but Joe assures her that this is not true. They discuss about her intransigence, and she fears that she doesn't understand what their son needs. Dante claims he just needs his mother. He needs a better one, she replies. The cop believes he's got a terrific one. Her presence is beneficial to him in numerous ways. The light in Rocco's eyes has returned. Lulu tells him he's still adept at giving pep talks and asks him not to let their son eat all the cupcakes at once. She lunges at him when he threatens to eat one himself before removing the icing from his mouth. Lucky meets Liz at her home. She tells him she thinks things went well with Anna and recommends they celebrate. They see the cake that her kid created. Aiden and his lover Tobias emerge to wish them a happy Valentine's Day. Aiden takes his mother aside and offers to stay with her if things get unpleasant with Lucky. She assures him that they are fine and will gorge themselves with cake. Tobias and Aiden take off, and Liz informs Lucky that their son has offered to be their chaperone. Lucky can understand that. It's understandable that the kids might think he may hurt her, and he appreciates that his son is so protective. Liz says she'll tell Aiden that she doesn't need to be protected from him. Lucky tells her she is as gorgeous as the day they met. They kiss, and she leads him out. Mac has a migraine in his workplace, and Felicia suggests that he go to the hospital. He informs her about seeing Sasha kiss Jason. He feels Jason took advantage of Sasha's sadness over Cody. Felicia believes that the heart wants what it wants, and Sasha's may want Jason. She reminds him of the ups and downs they've experienced. When he stared into her eyes, he knew he couldn't move on. Thinking about Jason and Sasha still gives him a migraine. Felicia informs him that he nearly needs to be the world's greatest uncle. They'll make sure Sasha's okay. In the PCPD interrogation room, Anna attempts to persuade Jason not to kill Cyrus when he departs. She issues an emergency warrant for Cyrus. Anna informs Jason she has information linking Cyrus to many killings. They can get justice for Sam if he allows her to perform her job. She reminds him that they are friends and pushes him to let her handle the situation. If Cyrus disappears, people will believe that he is above the law. This will make her appear horrible. None of that matters to him when she brings up the man who murdered Sam. Anna asks him to have faith in her. He will not regret it. She takes some medications and tells him she has seen him at his worst. They confess they have surprising but genuine trust. Unfortunately, everyone else already knows. So, if he kills Cyrus, her officers will believe she allowed it to happen. Again, she begs him to help her get justice for Sam. She receives a call alerting her that a warrant cannot be issued until the morning. Jason informs her that her officers will respect her anyway. She can understand his desire to kill Cyrus. He acknowledges she understands him in ways Carly does not. Anna claims it's because they're alike. As she gives him the door, she requests him, as a friend, not to harm Cyrus. He values her companionship. She understands that's not an answer. Cyrus arrives at Liz's door. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.